Okay.
Minions of capital.
Let's goof around.
What do you want?
What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. For a man who's spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild.
He's surprisingly okay.
Indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas. Above all, he seems animated.
Animated by what?
It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system.
Dementia.
You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile. Is it some kind of substance damage? Like he's addicted to something, not only the painkillers he's clearly on.
Mr. Droves, are you on some kind of psychoactive substance?
No. I won't be stuffed full of shit like the rest of this city.
It's not a downer, rather an upper, judging by his snaps.
Are you on amphetamine?
Like some kind of decadent rock star.
Doesn't dignify it with more of an answer. Mr. Droves, are you okay? How was your memory?
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
There it is again, erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course. Could it be a symptom of overdosing on something? Something even you have not tried? Keep your eyes peeled. A drop of blood. That's right. Pile it all on him now.
You lost, Dwat. You.
That wasn't as helpful as I was hoping. Alright, well, stay put. Go look around. No, that darn door can't be opened. You'll just never succeed. Bastards trolled us. Suckafoos. Ah, the thing that I couldn't find, the conceptualization here. We can burn some points, I guess. I have points to spend. Why not?
Soft covers, serialized.
Conceptualization.
Soft covers, serialized, fantastic. Oh yes, under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly light reading.
Look, Kim, powerful communist theory, rigorous and truthful.
Ouzia. Looks like our straggler has kept some literature around for a quick ideological fix.
As usual, he does not respond to the political agitation.
Okay, not helpful.
ICM? This feels familiar somehow.
That's great. I guess I have to arrest him. This is incredibly disappointing.
This old cylindrical...
Oh, right here. Dang it. Thought I got something.
A dim golden glow animates the console. Faint, like a ghost light. Urgence over. The dial slides under the glass, dark and silent. Restoring electric power has not breathed life into it. The lighting in the room turns on with a sizzle, a dim ambient orange.
Can help us see anything? You know what Narv dislikes? Television shows where they tell you who to root for. They're too predictable. You knew Jack Bauer was always going to come out on top from the first episode. Got boring after a while. Jack Bauer. Is that 24? Yeah, it's 24. I don't necessarily mind those types of shows. I think it's, the draw of those types of shows are not necessarily, you know, how is the person going to succeed, but maybe more so, well, not if they are going to succeed, it's more how are they going to succeed and what types of tribulations are going to get in their way.
There's a rain-soaked mattress.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
A single person and an empty can of beans on the ground. The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, T.
Yes, it all adds up.
MacGyver and Walker Texas Ranger can get away with it. Ah, so now you're making exceptions for some shows. Is that it? Where Game of Thrones got it right? I think Game of Thrones follows the same formula. I mean, just because you don't, well, not the same formula, but just because you don't recognize when a character is going to die, you certainly are going to recognize when they are going to succeed. And often the character deaths in Game of Thrones are kind of surprising and coming out of nowhere. Man, I've come up with nothing. I really don't want to rest in the flak tower. I think this is really, really, really stupid. This does not make me a happy person, but I'm going to do it. And I'm sure I'm going to regret it. Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire, also took some antagonistic characters and told the story from their point of view. You love those books. I haven't read them myself. I'm not much of a book reader.
The greasy old spring.
The offer still stands. Take it. You don't look so good.
Now, the show? I'll watch the show.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there. The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening. Sleep.
Yeah, have nothing to do with nostalgia or anything. Oh my goodness. Sure, the show was great, except the ending was just not for you. I'm one of those people who is capable of separating things from other things. I can treat them differently. So, for example, I read the Ender's Game book. And that was a great book. Then I watched the movie. The movie wasn't so great, but it wasn't a bad movie to me. I still like the Ender's Game book. I like the movie less, but the movie doesn't affect my opinion on the book. So, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of people get caught up in that. You know, they're making an adaptation of something that I really, really like. They're going to ruin it. And it's like, no, you can still go read the book. Go read the book. It's exactly the way you left it. But, you know, I mean, if you don't like it, you know, you don't like it. It's fine. The Harry Potter stuff is another good example for me.
Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry.
I didn't read the Harry Potter books, but I really liked the movies. I thought the movies were really nice. You know, sure, they did some weird stuff. Sure, they didn't close up every loose end, but they were good movies. You know, I enjoy them. Meanwhile, every person that's read the books is like, oh, these movies are horrible. You missed out on this and you didn't do that. Like, I don't care about any of that. I saw the movies for what they were. And those movies did everything that I wanted them to do and more. So what more do I need to expect? And then I transfer that also to like video games too. You know, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Not to get into any specifics or anything like that, but the original game was the original game. The remake is the remake. Whatever they do to the remake does not affect any of my feelings on the original. I can always go back and play the original. Remake has nothing to do with the original in that respect.
Okay, don't say you need to talk right away. Melt the ice first. This way you're already talking.
Hey.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry?
I solved the entire case of the hangman.
Wow, see? The entire case.
He smiles. It's another sad smile with knitted brows.
She is trying to muster enthusiasm.
I told you. Good things can still happen.
Changes nothing.
Don't say that. I know this positive thing sounds stupid to you, Harry, but it works. We all have an obligation to be happy. You too. And you will be. Now.
She looks over her shoulder.
This is everything I always warned you about.
Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive epic showdown.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really, we don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us, our love, our unborn daughters. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
I know you still love me.
With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand against her, her body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her mouth. She is not kissing you back.
But I succeeded.
This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be horror. I should not have suggested it, and you should not have listened to me.
Wow. Betrayal. You're not kissing me back.
The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours.
Absolute betrayal. I feel betrayed.
Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held on to her hand, she tried not to look at your face. and see the expression there. Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
That's it then.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see.
She slides her hands down her chest and onto her lower stomach and smiles.
I'm pregnant.
Is it mine?
Of course not.
She looks down at her belly, then up into your old eyes.
I terminated yours. Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Poverty-stricken fuck. Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else.
But that's not a very good way for things to be.
It's not. But
She looks at her feet. Little golden sandals cover her toes. But what? Tell me there's something good.
I don't know why I said but. There is no but.
That's it.
That's it, yes. We've talked about it 1,000,000 times. You will get over it, just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again.
Where in hell?
Good for me? In the sucklefull underworld?
Oh yes, she'll come around now. I made her love you again, Harry. Her innocence, Dolores Day, fiddles with the handle of her airport bag. She has a pained expression on her face. It's agonizing. I don't understand. It was, she herself said.
We were bad for each other, okay? I was bad for you. Can you not see I'm bad? I had to stop. I couldn't just turn into a bad person. You will get better. It just takes some time. For you, I think it will take something like 20 years, maybe? It was hard for me too, you know? I used to think I couldn't live without you.
She looks you straight in the eye. Her irises are light blue, flecked with green.
But I can.
I don't even know what this is about. There's quite a bit of confusion on my part. Okay then, super okay. I still have other things I need to know.
What other things? We've been through all the things, Harry.
Don't go.
No, don't say it. Don't beg. It will only make her go.
Well, yes, I have other questions first.
Yes, somewhere hidden among the options popping up in your nervous system is the right one. That will make her love you again and not go to the aerodrome at all.
What happens now?
Nothing. I have to go. I'm gonna go now.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
I'm trying to let her go. You know, just... Okay, I understand.
No, you don't. You're just being a martyr. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
Will we ever see each other again?
I won't see you, but you will see me.
How can that be?
Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago?
Will I see you again then?
Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful. And young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum. Like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time. So long ago.
This is intolerably bad.
Oh yes. This is real darkness. It's not death, or war, or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
Doses. Narv does not like Harry Potter, the Harry Potter movie. I admit the first one is old. I don't think the first one holds up in a lot of standards. Can we get up, please?
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
Let's get our perp to confess to the murder. What's the next step in the task chain?
Okay.
Or that's the next step.
He's still worried. You must have really thrashed and squealed in your sleep.
Still not helpful. I'm out of ideas. Maybe the communist books are gonna do something. I don't know. Man, the most pathetic excuse for a movie you've seen in your life. Man. I don't think the first Harry Potter movie is that bad. Like, my goodness. Make it sound like it was the worst movie on the planet.
Minions of capital. What do you want? Pretty.
A drop of blood. That's right. Pile it all on him.
Everything.
Show me the souls.
Fucking.
The maker is... These are not.
The size fits, but not the soul.
Here's about shoes. We got you without the prince, too?
Corrupt henchmen of pedophiles. You're desperate to report something back to them, aren't you?
The old man stared. You've almost got him. Just the last little push.
Not a lot of guns are...
It's a... You look...
Damn. He saw you. He's watched it happen. He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting.
Okay, then.
Imbecile. I saw you.
You had direct... You've been here long...
I'm ready to...
He's practically admitting to it. Just one thing remains unclear. The rifle does not seem to have a scope.
It's the best uninterrupted line of sight into the window of all of Martinet.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
A sudden twitch, and one more in his right eye.
Leave no stone unturned. Get him on what matters most.
I saw you.
You had direct... You've been...
I'm ready.
Just one thing remains unclear.
He was perfect with a pair of binoculars. I could have seen into the room.
Because it's a sniper's nest.
Leave no stone unturned. Get him on what matters most.
There's nothing else. There's nothing else.
You're lost, Dwat. You're lost. Real.
You need to address that remark.
What's a la revolutionnaire?
It is the anthem of the world revolution. One of 3.
You were 12 at the time? Well, dang.
In Grad, they sang Brave Children, favorites of history. And in Sinyao, it was... some Samaran shit, I guess.
How does it go, the song?
How did it go?
He looks at his gun in your hand and shakes his head slowly.
Something about shooting rabbits. I don't know. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's gone now. Real.
You need to address that remark.
I'm just doing my job.
The job of a bougie dog. You don't understand anything. My name. I am a...
The commune of...
From... I left...
51 minus 8.
How long have you been on the
equals-
island?
43 years. No. I've been on other islands too. I was an resurrection until they... There's nothing serious in this.
Alright. I'm out of ideas. I'm not getting any progress done. Guess I'm just going to arrest him. Because I'm kind of tired of trying now.
Minions of Cap.
Is what you plan to say. Before you can get past, you're under. The lieutenant interrupts you.
Officer, are we sure? We could maybe get more.
The old man, you startled him. Maybe it was the silence. He quickly gathers himself. Still, what could he be afraid of?
Petty.
A drop of... That's right. Pilot or...
You lost what?
What else is there? Alright, if anybody wants to spoil this part for me, I am all ears. What am I missing? What in the world am I missing? Because I certainly have no idea. Feel like I've gone everywhere. And there was this thing here, but no, it's just encyclopedia. Who cares?
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock. The skiff is...
Are you sure? There are things we still need to do here.
Alright. I can't leave without arresting the guy. I wanted to get back to that option of handing him the medicine for the pain. I don't remember where that's at. I guess I'll try that again. And then we'll go to the tower if that doesn't work.
minions of capital. My name,
The commune of...
from the isle.
51 might.
No. I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa. How does it supply?
How is your...
I've been throwing up.
He does seem.
DRCM can...
I need.
You also have Druamine.
How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of...
His eyes roll into his skull and back.
I don't even know what. Inferno?
Okay.
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult, mentally, to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on, more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
He looks down at his shoes, his face parched from the sun and the wind. There's a wince of pain in there somewhere.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
How does any supply?
How is your...
I've been...
He does.
DRCM...
I need.
You also have Druamine.
I have been running out of that stuff.
It's a serious situation. You need to be looked over. We can do it.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund.
He looks at you. His face.
There's nothing serious in this world. Petty.
A drop of... That's right. Pile it all on him now. 3 should do it. Maybe 4.
So
You had that... You've been here a long time.
I'm ready.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Just one thing remains unclear. The rifle does not seem to have a scope.
Forget about your stupid fucking scope.
He lost it. He just doesn't know where it is. Forget it. Push on.
You're sad for your...
Leave no stone unturned. Get him on.
You're lost, Dwap.
All right, we're gonna go to the tower again. No, we've been there like 4 times. And I didn't see a dang thing.
The greasy old spring.
It's somewhat clear that
Soft covers.
this guy probably didn't do it. But he has the murder weapon. Or at least a weapon that matches the ammunition of the murder weapon. Alright, well, we had a dream about this chain over here, so... Turns out it was wonderfully helpful. Am I seeing anything? Anything helpful? Anything useful? Seeing nothing. Nothing helpful. Nothing useful.
There's a rain.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
The springs trepidation. A tingling feeling in your stomach. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in
All right. I'm done looking. Tired of trying. Don't see what I'm missing. And I have to do something. I can't just leave. Maybe like buy fuel to come back. That one check to like check out his dementia really didn't go anywhere, did it? It didn't do anything for me. No, this is not how I wanted this to go down. You're under arrest. Sucker.
Minions of cat. What? But you said I would be taken to the...
This terror is the sum of all the uncontrollable movements and mood swings he's been exhibiting. The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear. The lieutenant continues, like an incantation.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand?
But...
Kim, he's afraid.
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He looks at the reeds, eyes submerged in growing terror.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead. Pupils are dilated too. Eyes getting blacker and blacker.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
Need a 4 and a 3? Could be worse. Could be worse.
You thought you heard something, but it's just the reeds.
Maybe we could all fit in there.
Does it have room for 3?
Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here, but...
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
Who watches him there while I come back for you?
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
What is this farce? This is a fucking farce. I can't.
Lillian, you could ask her maybe.
Maybe I can ask that net picker to watch him.
This is no harmless old man.
The lieutenant shakes his head.
This fucking world. This world. What is this?
No, listen. Listen now.
You could come back for me once you've taken him to the precinct.
No, it would take a whole day on this island. You go and transport the prisoner. I'll be here. I can escort him to the pier with you.
No need to be polite. I'll do it.
This world? What are you talking about? Is this... us?
The wind is cold from the east. Your skin is crawling suddenly.
I wonder what that perception check was. Decent odds that I would have gotten it.
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
Gonna blink.
It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin, hovering in place.
What is that?
What are you talking about?
I don't know what the heck that is.
There's nothing there.
He looks confused.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster, but you don't have a gun.
I've finally gone insane.
You feel the lieutenant's hand on your back, and then you hear him say 4 words.
I can see it.
If he can see it too, then you're not totally insane. It's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence, its limbs long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
The lieutenant whispers when he takes a step toward the giant anthropod. What is going on?
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks.
What is that?
I have absolutely no idea.
The lieutenant whispers back. You hear the familiar ring of his jacket unzipping slowly, painstakingly slow.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open extremely carefully. It's the camera.
Are you sure you won't scare it off?
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
He continues to pull the lens open.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the insect's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear.
Okay, take the picture.
With the sound of metal sliding against metal, the lieutenant reveals the lens. The glass glints in his hand as he begins to slide in an ampoule. You see the insect turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
The ampoule will produce a loud hiss. You're right. It could scare it away. I need a better moment when it's not looking.
I'll wait. I'm on standby, he thinks, his hands sweaty around the machine. The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you, its antennae taking their measure of the air, slowly.
All right, say something to the insect quiet-like. Hey.
The creature tilts its tiny head to the side and appears to look at you. It is incredibly light, like the slightest gust of wind should blow it away. But it doesn't. There is a sadness in there. Or is it in you? From the dream. It's still with you. The pitiful, hey, you told her. even now.
We're not going to do this, but I guess we're doing this. Approach carefully. Retreat slowly.
We can't just leave it standing there. We have to do something, Detective. It could be connected somehow even.
You've never seen him get this excited. His voice is almost trembling.
Alright, let's fail our check.
You barely get to take one step. The invertebrate reacts with uncanny speed, skating away across the water. It's gone, like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but rings on the sea's calm mirror.
Where? Where did it go?
The lieutenant has the camera in one hand and a slip of white paper in the other, developing.
You never had a chance. There was something off the moment you approached it. It was scared of you, of humans.
Tell me you got the picture.
He shakes his head in silence, an expression on his face that you've never seen there before.
It's just a blur.
He says, looking at the slip of paper in his hand. What in the name of God was that?
A stick insect of some sort, pretending to be the reeds. Has it been there the whole time? Someone must have known about it, though. Maybe there's some secret to approaching it? I have no idea. I've never heard of a species like that.
What now?
What now?
The old man behind you repeats suddenly. He's put his hand into the ash. It's dirty and black.
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect's not looking so good. We should check him over. Also,
He points to the reeds.
it looks like it has some kind of nest there. Maybe there's proof in there.
In the reeds, where the phasmid was hiding, you see a little flash of white. Porcelain white.
Helmet and the scope. Hey, Mr. JRPG. It's a little early for a Mr. JRPG stream. What were you up to?
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Wait, hold on. And inspect it. That. Have the helmet. Interesting. We actually collected 3 pieces. Random day off and finished Draken. Thought it would take you a little while, but ended up beating the game half an hour into the stream. Well, second stream of it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you were mentioning that it was going to be 10 hours or so. And the whole time I was just thinking to myself, yeah, sure. 10 hours. And then you're going to get stuck and you're going to be like, man, I've been playing this game for 25 hours.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Sir, how could you not see the phasmid?
See.
Stares at the reeds and falls silent.
Mr. Dras?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap-toothed mouth shaking, like an addict of some terrible substance.
Touch his shoulders gently.
The plastic cape feels coarse. A light shiver passes the man. Other than that, no reaction. He feels small and frail.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem, doesn't it, Mr. Dross?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
What has happened to this man?
Old age and shock.
Old age and shock, yes.
The appearance of the Phasmid in conjunction with the stress of the arrest. He spent his entire life here. For him to leave would be...
We found some things in the Phasmid's nest, Mr. Dross.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should.
Show him the helmet.
Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left, wherever he is.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up. Or the Phasmid even. If it did, this is incredible.
Scope.
I lost.
You lost it, Mr. Dross.
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie Phasmid.
The lieutenant observes the lens sparkle in your hand.
This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will out of this poor being.
And I'm out.
The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open. The blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning to normal.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Okay. 7.5 hours. Don't want to start anything new because of a stream special this Saturday. Yeah, and I think Elden Ring is coming out soon, and Horizon Forbidden West is coming out soon. I think I'm gonna hold off on Horizon Forbidden West. I'd really like to play it, but I don't have a PlayStation 5, and I really think I should play that on the PlayStation 5. So I might hold off on that. Now, I'm not really in a rush to buy a PlayStation 5. Well, that and acquiring a PlayStation 5 is a pretty difficult thing.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet. But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
We're gonna mark